welcome to the channel. This is Jorge Santiago. This is gonna be a live install of the Mega Live. Okay, as you can see, my bolt is all tore apart. You know, I'm rewiring. I'm gonna rewire my grabs with a 10 gauge wire. I did a little bit of research and I'm gonna rewire that. I did throw some wiring for my Mega Live because I noticed that the power cable is 10 gauge. So I'm gonna do that. So the first things first, you know, have the mounting brackets for the trolling motor. The first thing on the instructions that it tells you to do is to make sure that the battery is disconnected. All power has to be off. So I do recommend that when you're working with electricity, especially with a boat. You know, this, you know, I don't have the most expensive boat, but it is a $40,000 boat, and you know, you work hard. You know, you work hard. You pay for a boat, and you don't want to ruin it, take it to the shop because you did something stupid. So, you know, always follow the instructions, even if you know what you're doing. Okay, always, you know, flip through the pages, read up on it, make sure that you do, and everything that you think you know, read up on it, make sure that what you think you know, it is exactly what you know and is right. Okay, so the first things first, you make sure that you have everything that you need. I have the transducer right here. Like I said before, it's a mess because I'm throwing cables all over the place. First thing that tells you to do is that to connect the transducer and the landscape mode, which that's the first thing that we're gonna do. Okay, then after that, then we're gonna connect it to the mounting area, the mounting bracket for the trolling motor. I did have to disconnect my my hydro wave because it's gonna be in the way. So I am gonna have to either put the hydro wave a little bit higher, and it looks like my Hummingbird might have to go a little bit higher because it is pretty low to the trolling motor. And for what I gathered, I think it has to be the Mega Live has to be an inch below the Mega 360, and about half an inch to 3/4 inch or an inch above the trolling motor base right down here. So I'm gonna do that first. The good thing about it that, you know, you got zip ties. The cable for the Mega Live transducer has these little grommets that you could just put the zip ties on. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I don't know how far that's gonna go and it's gonna take me, but as I go on and install it, you know, we'll see how far we go with that. And I know we're gonna have to leave a little bit of slack that way because the trolling motor, when it spins around completely, I don't want to make sure that, you know, it doesn't get caught up and cause any damage on that. Okay, so as soon as I mount this up, and the next time I'll come back on, it's gonna be mounting it on the trolling motor. All right, I'll see you at the trolling motor. All right, so what we did right now is that we installed the transducer. Okay, I'll let you see right there, it's installed. However, my 360 is low, so that was telling me there that I'm gonna have to bring up my 360 at least 2 inches or an inch to 2 inches up higher. That way it won't interfere. So that's mounted. The other thing that I'm gonna have to work on is with my hydro wave. I might have to put it somewhere else. So I'm gonna have to lay it down here, somewhere here, that it won't interfere with my that here. So I'm gonna have to try to ratchet strap it, or well, not ratchet strap it, with one of these brackets, metal brackets, or maybe zip tie it there. Hopefully it don't break, and I'm gonna have to work something around that. At worst comes to worst, you know, maybe have to eliminate it. But there it is. That's mounted there, and yeah, that's gonna be an issue there. So that's something that I'm gonna have to work with. I wasn't expecting that, but that's pretty much it. Make sure that these screws here are nice and snug. It has 2 markings, right? One here and one in the front, and both say so. When I looked at it, when I installed it, I looked at it and I thought I installed it backwards. So when I looked at the other side, they had another marking on this side. I'll show you back from here. You can see it there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's right here, and it's on the landscape mode right there. Okay, so that's what I have right now. So let me wire this up, and then we'll do wire that up and put this mess together. power it up, connect the wiring, put the power cable on and all that, and throw some wiring that I did in here and connect it. Like I said, the powering comes, this is the power cable, this is the transducer cable. The power cable is 10 gauge, so I do have about 100 feet of 10 gauge, 10 coated, which is marine wire. That way it helps with the corrosion. So let's work with that. See you in a few. Okay, so we're almost done. Have my son putting in the screws for the panel right here. Say hello.
Hello.
So he's putting on the screws for the panel here. So we're getting everything done. We're just about finishing up. This doesn't look right here, but there's some slack up here. So when I pull up the trolling motor, this is gonna go up, and I'm gonna have about this amount of slack, about 2 inches, gonna come up. So that's gonna be just right there. What I did with the hydro wave is, and it was down here with the Mega Live is, so I put it up a little bit higher. I was planning to put it down here, but the issue is that I have this transducer down here and no gap down here, so that was gonna be an issue. So I put it up here a little bit higher. I do not know if that's gonna affect or not, if it's gonna interfere with the Mega 360 or not. If it does, then I'll say goodbye to it. You know, yes, to tell you the truth, some people swear by it. I cannot swear by it. I'm not sure if it works or it doesn't work. My son says that it works when we fish together. He fishes offshore when I fish, and I usually I hit the bank. Over here, so what I did over here was that I put the trolling motor completely all the way around in order to figure out what kind of slack I'm gonna need. You see here, so when I spun it all the way around, the wire for the hydro wave had enough the first time around. So when I did that, then it came out perfect. I have enough slack, so I know that that's gonna be more than enough. So I got all these wires over here. I taped them. I'm back here. I use the zip ties over here. You have to be careful when you install here, because I did install it backwards. It has 2 mounting sides. You could mount it for the left side, and you could mount it for the right side. I mounted it for the left side, but put it on the right side. So I did have to take it off and put it right. What I did was that I'm connecting directly to the battery. So in order to connect it directly to the battery, what I did was that we threw a line, 10 gauge, 10 coated, electrical wire, marine wire, all the way to the battery. The battery's disconnected. I'll show you that right now. So the battery's disconnected. It's all disconnected in there. So we threw some wiring, 10 coated electrical wire. So we're gonna hook that up. It does require a 2 amp fuse. We did connect that in. So we got that in there. So we did, my son got inside the box, the rod box in there, and he zip tied everything under there. We use a snake and pull the wire through. That was pretty easy. So everything is good. So that's gonna be over here for the mounting bracket. Right over there. Yeah, we're gonna hook that up. That's gonna go like, it's gonna like first. This goes up here. No, that goes in the back, and this goes up. This is a locking nut, so that's gonna go by itself. I'll show you. So right now what's gonna happen is that we're gonna finish it up, and then we'll bring you right back as soon as we're ready to test it. Okay? All right, so here we are. We finished everything. It took us a little bit longer than what we expected. We had a lot of wiring to do, a lot of setup to do. We set up all the graphs. We did some rewiring. So we did a little bit more than what we were planning to do, but everything is networked the way that we wanted it. Here we have in the console, you can see. Let me show you right there. It has, right now, you know, I tested it and it works. So right there you have that. So I could see this on the console. You could see that. And I could see that on its own. So that's been tested there. Let's go up here and we could see. I set this up. This is the Mega Live. The one that I'm going to use for the live itself, which I have it already set up with what I want. So in the option 2, have this with the A scope, and the 2D, and I also have this with the 2D and the down image as well. But I'm mainly gonna focus on this one. And on right here, I have my down imaging and my 2D, but my primary mission there is that. That is my primary mission with that one. I did set up the Mega Live. I brought it all the way down to the trolling motor, which is fine. Everything works. Right here, you can see the cable is good. It has enough slack to go up and down and around. It doesn't interfere with the 360. Everything is good there. There's enough space. I did bring up the hydro wave a little bit higher. It doesn't interfere with the 360, so I'll find that in the water if that does anything, any good or any bad for it. I put a wrap on all my cables. Hopefully that way I don't see all that mess of wiring. Yes, the boat is all has a lot of mess all over it. This is one thing that, you know, if you're gonna do some wiring, this might be something that you might want to invest in. I found this online. This is pretty cool. It has shrink wrap. What this is, I should have showed you. These little pieces here, you stick the two ends right there, one wire on this side, the other wire on the other side. You meet them in the middle, you heat it, both sides shrink. The color portion serves like a tie. That wraps around the cable itself on each side, and the middle, it's solder. It solders the wires together, and it works pretty good. So I did that with all my cables that I had to plug in together. So I used all marine wire, tin coated and everything. So everything does work. So I'm happy with it. So I'm very, very pleased. I can't wait to put in the water. I'm not going to be able to put in the water today, but I would love to. But I don't think my wife is gonna. I've been out here all day long while she's working on Christmas tree and Christmas decorations. One thing I did want to show you for sure. There's a little cushion here that goes right above, depending on which side you put it. If you put it on the left side, then it goes on the other side. It's a mask, so you might want to check on that. Okay, you might want to check on that. That's to prevent double imaging. Okay, it's to prevent double imaging. Because I guess it's something that Humminbird found out, that you get double imagery on the Mega Live. So I did put that on to their recommendation. I did put my 10 gauge wire into the battery compartment. You could see there the white wire is split with the Mega Live label on it. I did put the choke in there. I did add the choke in there, cut the way that they asked me to, and that is to prevent electrical interference, not interference from another transducer. So that's why it's recommended to hook it up by the battery. Okay, that is the white wire is a tin coated wire, black and red. You know, it's expensive, but it is what it is. You know, this is an investment, and the choke is there. Okay, so I think you see down here in the bottom is that little black cylinder thing. So all in all, you know, I'm very happy. So if this is something that is going to help you have any questions, you know, be more than happy to shoot me a message. If you like what you saw, you know, I did the unboxing just a little while ago, did the install. You know, I would take you through the whole step by step. You know, there's a lot of things that was going on. You know, I had to rewire a bunch of things, and I wasn't going to have a 2 or 3 hour video for that. So I took you through the most important portions of it, which the install is very easy. You know, if you're by yourself, you could do the install pretty easy in about an hour or two by yourself. I had a lot of things going on. I had to rewire and set up different graphs, you know, network a couple of things. And it was just more than just the 360. So I just try to combine everything all in one. I did have to bring up my 360 a couple of inches. That way to make sure there was no interference with the landscape mode. But it worked out pretty good. I'm happy with it. The head for the 360 is going to be under the water line still, so that's going to work out okay. I can't wait to put it in the water. I'll let you know when I put in the water and give you an update. For now, if you like what you saw, give us a like, subscribe, share with your buddies, with your friends. Put some comments down there. Let me know what you think. If there's anything else that you would like to know about it, let me know. Shoot me a question. I'll be more than happy to answer it and share with you my experiences. All right. Until the next one. See you soon.